Death and Dementia, welcome back. If you've watched some of the earlier videos that my brother and I did, you know the reason that we started doing this is we had information on dealing with the death of a loved one and obviously dementia, and that we wanted to put out there. And that's accurate, but part of it is regret. If I didn't put this out there, I'd regret it because we've learned so much on this journey, and it's a horrible freaking road. But we've learned a lot, and I wouldn't feel right if I didn't try and help somebody else who's in the same position. And as an adult, I try to live my life with as little regret as I can. So that kind of brings us here. And I mentioned in one of the other videos too, early on, that my career was in law enforcement, and with that, I spent probably the first 18 years or so of my career. That's all I cared about was the job. I didn't do family vacations. I didn't date much. I didn't spend much time with friends unless they're other freaking cops. And when my brother died, and now with mom and dad dealing with this, you look back and go, a lot of wasted opportunity, and the time that I wish I could get back. So, if you are dealing with a loved one with dementia, if you're at the point where you can still have it, even a half decent, constructive conversation with them, don't fuck it up. Do it, because we're at the point now where you can't have a realistic conversation with dad and mom. Maybe little tidbits here and there, but you just can't sit down and have a normal adult conversation. So that opportunity's gone for us, and hopefully you guys won't waste that opportunity. Part of the reason I bring that up is 2 visits ago, so a little over a week and a half, I sat down with mom and dad, and sometimes I'll bring mom over to memory care so we can visit dad at the same time. And it was like having 3 different conversations. I was having the one, mom was giving her answers, which didn't match up with my conversation, and dad's too. And it's just kind of a gaggle of a mess that you have to kind of try and figure out what they're trying to talk about, what their needs are. They really don't understand your questions, and it's more just kind of being there at this point. So I do look back at, even just a year ago where we could have halfway constructive conversations, and probably should have had more, but nothing to do about that at this point. As I mentioned before, we do have them in a really good facility, and they have an activities director who tries to get dad up and moving, because for a lot of the people there, at least with dementia, they just don't have the motivation to do a lot of things. You have to kind of walk around, or the physical health declines much quicker. And so we end up bringing someone in from the outside that exercises with dad a few times a week, which is helping to get him around a little bit better, and so he's not as sore when he does walk around and visit with mom. He's, I showed him a picture of mom. I was there a couple days ago, just dad and I, and when she shows up, he knows that he is happy to see her, and he knows that he's attracted to her. He knows he loves her. Whether or not he knows who she is depends on the minute of the day. When I was showing him pictures, he didn't even recognize her in the pictures and couldn't think of her name. So pretty sad. And mom has pretty much lost the ability to use her cell phone, which I mentioned before. I ended up taking it home. I saw that out of the bunch of missed calls, she did pick up a couple, so maybe if it's right there, I'm going to put her phone back. But I let all of her friends know kind of where she is. She can't check voicemail. You have to keep calling until she answers and that sort of thing. I ended up talking to, I'm still really huge on Jubilee. That thing's been amazing. And I've been talking to the one of the gals that works there at Jubilee, and there is a way that I think it's coming down the pipe that I'm going to be able to make video phone calls for her remotely. And so if I talk to her and she wants to talk to one of her friends, I should be able to make the call for her, and boom, the two of them are on the call together, and I'm off. And hopefully, according to Jubilee, if I understand it right, it's going to be a few weeks where something like that's coming down. So that's going to be huge, and I'll let you guys know how that works out the first time, which I'll use it as soon as I get the chance on that. And if you're dealing with this sort of thing too, I still have a problem rushing into trying to solve a problem that my wife is good about stopping me, but a lot of the problems that you're going to encounter are in their head, and they're going to go away in a few minutes, and or between the phone calls, and I'll go out and bust my ass and try to solve these issues that really don't matter 10 minutes later or a half hour later or things like that. My wife went out and bought Mom a bunch of clothes because she wanted clothes, which was great, and we had a good time going through them, but now they just kind of sit there. So think a little bit before you go out and try and solve all of the problems, because a lot of them just really don't exist. That's kind of all I have now. Hopefully I'll have more on the Jubilee for the next one. But until then, God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.